The fourth step to get filthy rich in rising Asia is to avoid idealists. What do I mean by idealists? These religious people, the idealists who think that everything is going to be okay, that there is justice in the world, that there is, um, let's say, God in the world who is very just. The people who tell you that everything is going to be okay, you have to avoid them. You have to avoid any kind of religious activity. Okay, Jangir, I will do that. So, according to this self-help book, Mohsin Hameed is smoking this idea too. It tells you to remove any kind of spirituality from your life. Self-help books are often like that. They tell you to avoid any kind of spirituality, to avoid any kind of idealism. You have to believe in concrete facts. You have to believe in realistic picture. You have to believe in something concrete which is in front of you, and you yourself are the only help you have in this world. This is what this book is telling you. When he says avoid idealists, see, it's a fourth step, but it is mocking. Mohsen Hamid is again mocking the idea that you have to avoid idealism, that you have to remove every kind of spirituality from your life. This is what he is telling you. Okay, any temptations, another temptation you have to avoid is being an idealist, because ideals only get in the way of making money. If you have ideals of honesty, you will not be able to earn money. If you are honest, what honest man has ever earned money? Nobody. If you have moral compass, which is a very good moral compass, you are very moral, again, you are not going to get any money. If you are honest, trustworthy, all that truthful, you are not going to get any money. Abandon any kind of ideals, and in that manner only, you can become a rich person. I do not know if you people are aware how crafty these companies are, these wealthy people are, how dishonest these companies are. In the further chapters, you will learn how abandoning these ideals is very ideal to become a rich man or women in Pakistan or in rising Asia. All these companies are selling you garbage. They're selling you garbage because they are not honest. And this is what business is: becoming deceptive and dishonest. Not all corrupt people. I am talking about the people who are in business. This bottled water, these beauty soaps, these creams, these fairness creams they are selling, these food products they are selling, they're a scam. Everything is a scam. Somehow, in some manner, they are scamming you. They're not giving you the real picture of what the food product is, or rather what the cream is, or what this product or that product is. They're selling you expired things. They're selling you nothing, just garbage. So if you are honest in any kind of business, you are never going to earn money. You are never going to get successful. So if you want to be filthy rich in rising Asia, avoid any idealists, avoid any ideals, relieve, distance yourself from any kind of ideals, any religion, any spirituality. Clear, people? This is what this chapter is talking about. Okay, now finally you are in a university. You have managed to get an education, and now you are in a university. In that university, there is nepotism, and there is favoritism, nepotism, and danger. You are from a very humble background. You are poor. So if you have a bicycle, most of people at your university are rich, and they can crush you like ant any moment. So you have joined a religious organization for protection, so that you are not get beaten, so that you are not being targeted, and you are a snitch for them. You work for them for protection. You are a part of that gang, you are part of that organization. You help them to identify who are getting drugs on the campus, how they are getting, and you are propagating their idea of extreme fundamentalism. So you have joined a group for protection because these are the brothers who will protect you. Okay, so the next thing in this summary, what happens? All right, you are in the university and you are going on a bicycle and you see the pretty girl on billboard. She's a model now, a minor one, but she's a model. Somehow she has gotten herself to enter into the fashion industry, and she is a model now. So she is doing well. You look at her on the billboard, and then you start getting the visions. the past memories come to you, and you are actually desiring her back. You are thinking the night you met her on the rooftop, and you think to be with her again. You uh, long to be with her again. She's getting bigger, and you are also somehow getting somewhere in your life. Both of you are doing somewhat good in your life. Your mother is sick. You have the gang in. You are in. Your mother is sick now. She has cancer. Your father's employer. He works in a very huge house in a very wealthy family, whose lady is a philanthropist. You a very materialistic view of your life and yourself, and they always tell you that you are not enough, that you have to do better, that you can do better. It somewhat gives you a perspective that you can be better, but it is making you better to a toxic degree. They are making you feel that you are not enough, that you have to be more, that the wealth is everything, that money is everything, that if you are not handsome enough, wealthy enough, skillful enough, nobody is going to like you. You do not have any inherent qualities in you. These self-help books are this kind of destructive. I do not think that they are very effective. I think they're very deadly to your self-esteem, your confidence, and all that. They tell you that you are not enough at all. You have to do something more to be enough, to get a girl, to get a good life. So I think they are very toxic. Let's move on to get back to the chapter. And then, okay, your mother is sick. She has cancer. Your father's employer is helping your mother to get a surgery. Although you got a surgery, she got a surgery, but because her cancer is in last stages, she never survives. She did not survive. She does not survive. She is dead. And you are very sad. You have done everything in your power to save her. You have asked your organization to give you money, but nothing can be done. And the day your mother dies, you leave the organization. You have left any kind of faith which you had in Islam, on your religion, not Islam, any religion. Okay, he did not say Islam. He has said only religion. Okay, it could be Christianity, it could be Christianity or Judaism or anything. You have left your religion because you have left your hope in any kind of religion. You go to a barber and you cut your beard off. You cut your beard off. That's it. Okay, so this is it. Avoid any idealist, avoid any kind of religious affiliations. You have to be free from any kind of moral obligation to be rich. This is it, people. Any questions? Learn from a master. Of course, the protagonist or the person who is in focus in this novel is a person who goes to school. We have already talked about that. But he is very aware that schools do not teach you everything. I told you there is a big business of self-help books, self-help gurus. There are organizations, there are gurus who teach you how to earn online, how to become an entrepreneur, how to open a business, how to do this, how to do that. They help you with a lot of things. So they are masters, millennial mentors. They are in present words, they are called mentors because they mentor you on how to or start a business, whether online or physical. So they are the people who help you to do it. So this book is also telling you to learn from a master. And this gentleman who is in the book, the protagonist, he learns from a master. He's an entrepreneur. School doesn't teach you how to make money. Of course, you have to figure it out yourself. Now you have entered a world both dangerous and glamorous. It has its dangers because it's illegal. When you are poor, when you have no connections in the upper class, when you have no money to start a business, when you have no capital to do whatever you would like to do, so you start doing some illegal thing because this is the easiest way to make money. You do not have a formal education. We talked about last time what a joke Pakistani education system is, or especially the third world countries and Asian countries, what a joke education is. It does not provide you with proper means to earn money. It doesn't prepare you for the world. It just gives you bookish knowledge. Those textbooks, which we talked about last time, it just gives you bookish knowledge. It has nothing to do with practical life. You have no practical skills whatsoever when you pass your schools. Can you remember one practical thing your school taught you? They never teach you how to capitalize on your skills. Not capitalize, let's say just to make the most of it. They don't teach you that. The point here is that Our school, our education system is not well equipped with teaching students how to become better at life. People are good at memorizing things, people are good at memorizing textbooks, people are good at rectification, if you want to call it, but they are not good at life. When it comes to practical skills, when you are sitting in an interview room, what you should do, what you should not do, how you dress, what to say, what are soft skills, how to use a computer, what is Word, presentation, PowerPoint, you have no skills whatsoever. How to talk to people, no skills at all. This is the problem with our education system is. So this man, because he had no formal education, he went into dangerous hands. We talked about he was in university, and universities against do not teach you how to start business, how to get starts, and all that. I'm talking about schools, Hassan. Schools. You went for different courses and diplomas because your schools do not teach you that. This is why you go for diplomas. These people who are teaching you skills are capitalizing on the failure of our education system. They know that the schools are not teaching you proper skills. That is why you have to go for these courses. This is the problem I am pointing out. See, I told you I'm talking about this education system which is rampant in our society. The way we are trying to shape our society, the way we are trying to teach our students is all wrong. We are not doing a good job at it, and I'm very aware, hyper aware of that situation. So this man, again, in the last chapter, in the last two chapters, Mohsin Hameed mocked the education system when he said get an education. He mocked it. He said, really, do you really think that a man, a person, a child of a man who is not very rich, if he is going into a school, a government school, a public school, and he gets education, is he going to get up on a ladder, on a social ladder? No, that is not possible. If you think that getting an education is going to help you to become rich, you are wrong. This is what this book is mocking. And when he says learn from a master, he did not mean that learn from somebody who is a hooligan. This man, our protagonist, is in hands of a person who is a bookie, I guess. He is in sales. This man is in sales. The man who is his mentor is in sales, but he is in illegal sales. And he is learning to run an illegal business through this man. Our protagonist, we learned earlier that he was a smart man and he is very good at selling things, whether they are expired, whether they are substandard, whether they are bad. He is very good at selling things. This is what happening in this chapter. Okay, in this chapter, what happens? You are a good selling. You are good at selling good, especially expired good. He is learning from his master, who is selling expired good, and he is going to different shops, different places, and he's trying to sell what is expired. And all that expired food is making its way to our houses, our homes, because these people who are illegally operating their businesses, are capitalizing on the things which we do not know. It is very easy to change the expiry date. So this man is in what? The illegal business, because we have no other option. Mohsin Hameed here in this chapter is telling you, if you want to learn from a master, it means you will have to go in a legal business because you do not have any proper means of doing a course. He is very poor. As somebody pointed out, that I have learned something, CIT and GCBM. You did it, Wahab, because you had somewhat some money to do it. Other people do not have the means to do it. That's why you are there, because you had some fee, some capital, some money to pay them to teach you. They do not have it. So what is your alternative? To go on illegal business. This is what he did. He went into illegal business. And he is learning from a master who is a master of con, who is a very much master of running a legal business. He is selling expired goods. In this chapter, he meets again with the pretty girl. This time, he meets her in a car in a very grand uh, hotel. They again are meeting and they are doing kind of good in their lives. They are somewhat going up on the ladder of social ladder. They are doing good. This time they are somehow better than the previous meetings. This is what happened. Okay. This is the summary of that book. The last thing which happens in this chapter is expired, a word which will define your life in the coming days. His mother died in the last chapter. Now his father is dead. So he has lost two very dear family members. And this expired word is going to be very important in the later chapters. He is selling expired goods. His morality is expiring. His ideas are expiring as he has left religion and his father has expired. His religion, his father, his morality, and soon his wealth will expire too. So this word expire is going to be very important in later chapters. I will clear people on this chapter's summary. If you want to add something, you are very welcome. You can assume, yes, the word expire is going to be very important in later chapters. Jahangir, teachers do, there are some inspiring teachers, and they are inspiring because they do not teach you course books. They tell you to go out of your course books, your textbooks, isn't it? They are inspiring because they defy the system. That is why they are inspiring. Otherwise, I don't think they are inspiring at all. When teachers are teaching you textbook, the general agenda of the government or the general education system, the way they are just doing it, it's not inspiring at all. Teachers become inspiring when they are teaching you something out of the books. And that's what Hamid is pointing it out. That's what Hamid is pointing out. Okay. Okay, yes, that is a good question. Pretty Girl is mentioned because these two characters, Pretty Girl and our boy, which has no name, you, especially you, okay? You people, I'm talking about you, all of you. You and the Pretty Girl, their fates are intertwined. They were in love, number one. They were very ambitious, number two. They become rich, number three. Their lives are intertwined. They will go through a course of, their life is a roller coaster. They were very poor, number one. They lived in a same neighborhood. They had the same dreams of becoming rich. They did whatever they should be doing to become rich. This is the commonality between them. And Mohsin Hameed has done this to create equality in the book. If he's only talking about it, imagine if he would be only talking about men, okay, doing all these things, then it would not be fair to women. Women are also aspiring. So he has talked about two characters, both of the characters, male and female. That's why he has intentionally added a female too, so that everybody can relate to this novel. Not only men, but women too, inspiring women too. Okay, people, great. Let's move on to the next chapter. You have to be quick, quick, quick. Okay, work for yourself. Now that you have learned from a master, you do not need anyone. Be self-employed. Be your own master. Start a business. When you say self-employed, it means that you are your boss. It means you are your own boss. It means you own a business. Nobody manages you. Nobody deals with you. Profit grows fatter and fatter when you do not have a boss. Master to answer to. So if you want to earn more, if you want to get uh, more profit, then you have to be self-employed. Then you should have no boss. This is what this chapter is teaching you. Entrepreneurship is all about being your own boss. I do not know if you people have seen on internet what kind of toxic culture this is. It's all about control, being in total control of your life. Be your own boss. Do not let anybody, uh, do not let anyone rule you. Do not let anybody manage you. This is what this self-help culture, this entrepreneur culture is all about. Being your own boss. So what he has done in this chapter, you have opened has not has you have opened a water bottle business, filter water bottle business. What is happening? Remember, this is not very common these days, but it does happen. Remember, in some previous years, water supply water was mixed with some sewerage water. When you used to turn on your machines, your water machines, your pumps, water pumps, the water that used to come was mixed with the sewerage water. It happens, I guess, everywhere in Pakistan. Okay, this I have already said it that this self-help culture is all about being your own boss. So he has started capitalizing on the shortage of clean water. This is an issue, I guess, everywhere in Pakistan. We do not have clean water. Whose mic is on? Please turn your mic off. The clean is never, never ever clean. And it is not clean at all. When it is not clean, he has started capitalizing on it. So what he does, he has started a phony business where he just filter the the main junk parts of sewage water. There are black part. It is being mixed under the pipeline. The pipelines are damaged under, and this clean water and sewage water is getting mixed. So he's doing what? He's just filtering it, not cleaning it, cleaning it properly, boiling it, filtering it, filling it in the bottles which he has actually, let's say, robbed. He has hoarded these bottles. He is not making the bottles. He is using the bottles which are already there of different companies. And on that, you see how creative. He does not have to buy the bottles. He has just acquired the bottles from different companies who are making these plastic bottles. And he is just filtering the main particles of that, not making it safe to drink, boiling it, and then giving it to people. Sealing it and then giving it to people. This is what he is doing. He has learned from a master to con, to make people fool. And this is what he is doing. The water is not safe to drink still, but people think that it is safe because it is coming in a water bottle, sealed bottle. Yeah, Jax. Okay. All right, people, let's move on. So, this is what is happening. In this chapter, he decides to start a business because he already is in the business. He meets the pretty girl again. Okay. This time, again, better conditions. Okay. She is doing well in her business, in her uh, career, but she's not married at all. You are not married at all. You are not married. She is not married. You both are very hellbound on getting yourself rich, becoming the part of rich society, cultivated society, civilized society. That's what you two are doing. Although you two are in love, but you do not say it to each other, and you do not start a life together because you are hell bent on making money. Okay, so in this chapter, you have managed to get some profit. You have managed to uh, hoard some money, and now you are starting a new business, and diversion is all you need. This is what happens in this chapter. Okay. So you have started a business in that chapter, and in chapter number 7, which is labeled as Be Prepared to Use Violence. This is amazing. While you are in business, a lot of you people, I ask you in the before we started this novel that whether running a business is easy, and all of you said yes, the rules are there, and yes, it is easy and all that. But it is not easy when you are living in somewhat a lawless country. See, look at this chapter. We'll talk about this, and then you will understand why running a business, being an independent entrepreneur, independent businessman is not easy. Being filthy rich requires a degree of unsqueamishness. This is not a word, but I have used this word here because Mohsin Hameed used this word in his novel. Unsqueamishness is is not equivalent to bravery. It is equivalent to not being afraid. Not being afraid and being brave are two different things. You're not brave. Brave means that you do not fear anybody. Not being afraid somewhat is something else. So he has used this word. It requires, if you want to be filthy rich, then you should be a bit unsqueamish. You don't have to be very scared all the time, whether you are in Asia or anywhere else. So getting into business is ugly. If you are an entrepreneur, you will get threats from other companies, which are competitive companies. This is what happening in this chapter. He has started his business. He has purchased a decent place where workers are working. He has an office now with a proper window view or chair and workers working for him. So it's a very good setup. He has also uh, has a car now finally, and he is working to get a home. So he is doing very well in his life. What happens next? Okay, his business is of course thriving. He has become a very influential, not influential, a very good businessman. What happens? He is a threat to other companies who are selling water. So, a very influential and wealthy businessman sends a hitman or a killer to patronize him. He's married now. He has a wife who is at least 20 years younger than him. He has a home, a beautiful home, a Bangalore, if you want to say, a well settled business, and you have a wife who is 20 years younger than you, and she is your wife just because you two are in a contract. She wants you to pay for her education, and that's why she married you. This is the reason. There is no love in your marriage, it's just a contract. She wants to fulfill her wishes through your money, and you are very happy with a wife who is 20 years younger than you. So you have a win-win situation in both. You are just giving the money she's studying, and of course you do not have any children because she said she does not want to have any children until she is settled in her life too. This is what is happening in your private life. In your business life, what is happening there? People are threatening you. You get a very you get scared because somebody took you out of your car, beat you up badly, showed you a pistol, and told you to get out of the business of this business, bottled water business. Otherwise, you will get shot and nobody will know. So you do what? You are very scared. You hire a hitman of your own. You go to a local Honda or a thug, and then you hire a hitman. And that hitman kills your opponent's hitman. This is what happens in this chapter. So you become a bit influential, and then you are sending messages to other people through this act that do not mess with me. Now you have committed a second degree murder. This is what happens when you are an entrepreneur. You have to face all kind of circumstances. This is what is happening in your life. And let's talk about the pretty girl. This is what is your life. Pretty girl has finally become very successful too in her life. She has gained success from a cooking show. She's doing very well. She's living in a very expensive apartment, living a very lavish life. So both of you are doing excellent in your lives. And what happens next? Your sister and the threat from your rival are both dead. You have killed both. You have killed one, and the other is died. Your sister is dead. The third member of your family is finally dead now. You have left only one brother who, time and time again, comes to you and asks for your help. There is expired. This thing I told you is very important, being expired. When you are running after money, when you are hell bent on making money, you forget the important things in your life, and that's your parents and your family. The love they offer you, the protection they offer you, the comfort they offer you, everything. You forget all of that. And then bit by bit, you start losing it. He is getting richer by money with money, but he is getting poorer in case of relationships. His wife is only 20 years old, who he does not love. He's always thinking about the younger, the pretty girl. They always meet time and time again. Okay, and then whenever they meet, they fall in love with each other again. And then he lost his mother, he lost his father, he lost his sister. He could have helped his sister at least, but he did not. He is losing the emotional support, the love he should have in his life, and he is becoming rich with money only. This is what the special context.